plane again. We change this to layer 2. That's 18 degrees as we found before. We change that to layer 2 because now none of this stuff underneath will get in the road, and we can draw very accurately to the section that we want to go to. And that's an apron, isn't it? I should have changed the line type. Oops, 18, and change that to a hip. And there's our first plane at 18 degrees. I'm just going to change that line to an eve. And we're back on track. So we'll start with the next one. Just remember to change this default 1 to 18. And we've got an eve. Eve, and I'll just get rid of that E. That is something we're trying to get rid of. Just need to be careful. Need to zoom in to get rid of that. You can see that this image is a little bit skewed, and I've also forgotten to change the line type there, so I'll do that again. Back to hip, and back here again, 18 degrees, eve, hip, and then finish off with an eve. So there's our top roof. Now, interestingly enough, if you wanted to see, if we go to preferences, we can turn off layer 1, or we can turn off layer 2 and leave layer 1 on. So you can utilize that function when you're drawing so that it helps. When you're bringing in a PDF, you can have it at 300 dpi, and sometimes that, if the file is very big, it will not come in, and you can try lots of times. So that's why we've got the different different qualities of DPI. So I set mine at 150. It still gives us a good resolution. You can change the dot color to whatever. If you have any problems with colors, like being colorblind or something, you can change the colors of these things to suit. You can change your text size to whatever suits you, the dot size as well, the line thickness, and how many decimal places. And if you're in meters, 2 decimal places is good. If you're in millimeters, then you really want that to be 0. You can muck around with the different line texts if things get in the road, and rounding and panel rounding, and you can hide the underlay and show the underlay, and don't worry about turning snapping on and off at this point. Okay, so that's how we would do that. There's one other thing though that I'm not sure we've shown you, and that is move point. So if you feel like you've made some type of small error, and in my mind this is okay even with this skew, but if for instance you wanted to move a point, you click on the point and then you can move that point to wherever you need to. Now it should snap back to what is square, and there's, you can see the different lines are showing up. So this should be 53.97 and 55. It should be pretty close. 108.4, 109.54. So I might have not put it back in the right spot. That green line there. A red line on the top and that green line there. Helps me show that it's square. Well, that's pretty close. Okay, so there's one example. The other thing I wanted to talk about was point items. So we've got one point item of whirlybird loaded in there. Now I actually want to insert some more, so I'll go to create and I'm going to put in sump, and we'll make that green, and that one, and we're going to make the size 300 and add, whoops, I need to put in an S, and add, yep. We'll go to this again and we'll put in rain head RH, we'll make it orange and also 300, and let's choose one for that. Just a square would be good. This one here, and we'll add that. So now when we look around this, we've got rain heads and sumps. So I'm going to add the sumps. So I click on that, there's a sump. Let's look for some more sumps. It's a rain head, there's a sump. The rest have rain heads, I think. Okay, so we'll change this to rain head, and we'll put rain head there, rain head there, one here, one here, and one over here, and that one's a sump. So when we look at our tally quantities, it tells us we have 2 sumps, 5 rain heads, and all of the rest of the stuff. So then we would save this, and I actually want to save this as what that job is. So that was page 6. If we look back at our opened on another screen, so this is 28 Regent Street, Camberwell, and let me see which, I think it's unit 2. And yes, it's unit 2. So what we want to save this as is unit 2 and then a hyphen or underscore 28 Regent Street, and save. Okay, I hope that gives you some more to think about and work with, and I'll do the walls video next.